Welcome to my review of the Children Learning Reading program. If you are new to this channel, hello, thank you for checking us out. In this channel, we create content about learning to read. So if you're interested in this topic, consider subscribing because we create weekly content. So today we're going to review the Children Learning Reading program. This is actually not the first review on this channel about this program, but this is going to be a more in-depth review. I'm actually going to show you a little bit inside the program so you can get a much better understanding of what it is. I would like to share my story with you so you have a little bit of context on why I got interested in this program in the first place. So English is not my first language. Spanish is my first language. However, I have been living in English-speaking countries for the last 15 years, more or less. Both of my daughters have been born in English-speaking countries, so they're being raised bilingual. Because of my background and my interest in languages, I actually taught my eldest to read in Spanish. She is almost 6 years old at the moment. My experience with this was that it was a relatively easy process. By the way, the methodology I used for teaching her to read in Spanish was phonetically. Basically, I chose to teach her that way because that's the way Spanish is being taught in general across the board. So I was expecting that learning to read English for her would be easy as well. So that was not exactly the case. When she started to learn to read English at school, I could see that she was confused. To be honest, I was confused as well. She was given lists of words to memorize. She was encouraged to guess by looking at different clues, like pictures or just guessing by predicting what the test could be about. And I honestly did not like this way of learning to read. For me, that was not reading, it was memory and guesswork. And actually, it wasn't really working very well. I was not convinced. I started to research about the topic of teaching children to read English. Along the way, I must say that I tried different apps out there, but I was not impressed. She would have fun with them and were somehow helpful, but definitely they were not the answer that I was looking for. So I knew by then that it was time for me to get more involved. And then I don't know how, while doing my research, I came up with the Children Learning Reading program. This program was actually something completely different. It was not just an app to learn a few things here and there. It was an actual program created so anyone, normally parents, can teach their children to read following a step-by-step system. This system, that I will talk about more in detail later on, seems quite logical to me, much more than the guessing and memorizing system. So let's talk about the system. And what I think sets this program apart from the rest is that it is focused on getting children to develop phonemic awareness. This is the first thing actually that you're going to do with your child. According to the creator of the program that you can see now on the screen, phonemic awareness is the missing key piece of the puzzle. And based on my experience, I tend to agree. Okay, let's talk a little bit about phonemic awareness and the tools that you are given by the program so your child can develop phonemic awareness. So phonemic awareness is the ability to identify the individual sounds that form words. These individual sounds are called phonemes. So a child with phonemic awareness can recognize that, for instance, the word cat is made up of the phonemes k, a, t. The next skill is blending, and this is a very, very important skill for reading. The kid needs to know that when you blend these individual sounds, you get words. So the phonemes k, a, t. When you blend them together, you get the word cat. The program, you're given a clear roadmap of what you need to do in order to help your child develop phonemic awareness. To summarize the process, you start by teaching your child to hear sounds, then you teach them alphabet letters and letter sounds together. So you say to them, this is the letter A, and the letter A makes the A sound. This is the letter B, and the letter B makes the B sound, and so on and so forth. And once they know the sounds of a few letters, then they can start to blend and combine sounds to make simple words. At this point, they will be able to read simple words such as bat, cat, or bus. And you really build upon this knowledge and you start to complicate things a little. From reading a few words, you move to simple sentences and then to short stories. From focusing only on letter sounds, you move to letter combination sounds. And little by little, your child will learn lots and will have some massive progress. So that's the system. But what are you given exactly? You might be wondering, what materials does the program include? Okay, you get 2 manuals. Here they are. The first manual is for when you are starting out and setting up the foundations, really. And the manual number 2 is for the more advanced stage. This is for when you go from teaching letter sounds to teaching letter combination sounds. The manuals are quite lengthy, especially the first one. But in order to get started, you do not need to read the full book. It is recommended, I eventually did it, but if you're busy and want to get started right away, there are around 30 pages that you must read before starting. That's it. There is a video in which where is the video? There is a video somewhere. I think this is the video. In which the creator of the program walks you through the exact pages that you absolutely must read before starting. And then at the end of the manual, both manuals, you get the lessons that you need to do with your child. So here you have the lessons. Also get printouts for each lesson. I will show you how the printouts look like. So here they are. They are actually a very important part of the program. So print them out, have them handy, maybe carry them always in your pocket. Get your child to practice with them every time you've got an opportunity. They look like a simple theme, but they are an amazing, powerful tool. Also, there is an appendix at the end of the first manual that I found pretty useful. It talks you about different games and fun activities for learning to read. It is at the end of the program. Here it is. I recommend you use this. I understand that especially if you're using this program with very young children, like toddlers, it can be quite daunting to get them to cooperate and concentrate. The program actually gives you tips and resources and strategies in order to accomplish this. And actually, I must not forget that you also get audio clips, so you as an adult as well get a crash course to make sure that you're sounding out letters correctly. There is much more information about this on the manual as well, but I will show you these little audio clips.
A. The letter A makes the ah sound. Ah, ah, as in ask, 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 ask.
So basically, this is what I wanted to say about the program and the system and my experience. I hope you found this useful. But before I finish, I also wanted to tell you about a few cons so you are aware before buying. And by the way, if you want to do so, I have left you a link to the program on the video description. So the cons. The program does not include activity worksheets. Actually, it does, but it charges a premium. I think it was something like $40. They are not absolutely necessary for the program to work, but they are actually a good addition to have. But unfortunately, you're going to have to pay an extra. I have actually left you a link so you can have a look at a sample of these activity worksheets and decide for yourself. But obviously I can't give you all of them, just a small sample. Otherwise, I'd imagine that I would get into a lot of trouble. The second con is that this is not a writing program, just a reading program. I mean, maybe you're not looking for a writing program. I don't know why in my mind I thought that my child would also learn to write with this program. Your child will obviously benefit from the knowledge on this program when it comes to writing, but it hasn't been specifically created for learning how to write. For some reason, as I said, I sort of thought that there would be some chapters on this topic, but there aren't. Okay, so I think this is all for me. I hope you found value on this review. If you have questions, please let me know. If you like the video, please, I would appreciate if you could give it a like. Also, as I said, you have the link for checking out the program on the video description. Thank you. Bye.